Is it really possible to make millions from cold calling anymore? Let's find out. What do so many salespeople dread the most? It's cold calling. As a matter of fact, there are literally salespeople who think that cold calling is completely dead, and that is totally not true. So I'm going to cover 3 tips to help you make a ton of money while you are cold calling. So when it comes to cold calling, okay, you have to very quickly stand out. You have to realize that you are relying on your words and on the tone of your voice. Okay, there's no body language. They can't see you. So you must quickly stand out with your tone and words and appear different than every other cold call that they have received. If you sound different, then they will stay on the phone with you. If it's something they feel like that they've heard before, or if you sound like a typical salesman, you're done. Before you even get a chance, done. All right, I have closed thousands of cold calls, and here's 3 ways that I have used to stand out. Number 1 is unique leverage. What is leverage? Leverage can be anything from mentioning their reviews online. It could be a story you read on their blog post, or anything that you can get off the internet or social media. Okay, the simple fact that you took 5 seconds to Google their company name or their name, it'll give you something that you can use as unique leverage. Okay, so here's an example. Let's say if I was doing B2B, business to business, cold calling, selling marketing services to plumbers to help them increase their revenue. Here's an example of the call. I could say, when they answer the phone, say, "Hey Bob, it's Ben Buckwalter. How are you today?" They respond, "Good." I would say, Good. So I actually wanted to give you a call for a couple different reasons. All right, I was checking you out online, and you had a lot of pretty good reviews. And we've got something pretty good going on here. And we typically don't like to reach out to anyone with less than a 4.5 star rating. By the way, on the rating, notice I said 4.5 star. Be specific. It indicates that you were very calculated and selective about calling them. And then you could say, and it really doesn't look like anyone has had bad experiences with you, at least from what I could see when I checked you out. So I just wanted to see if you had a brief moment just to hear a little bit more about what we have going on. Okay, this is an extremely simple but powerful positioning intro for a few different reasons. Okay, first off, you made them feel exclusive, that you called them, like literally like you were handpicking them based off of their online reputation. And then it also makes you seem more exclusive because you're indicating that you are very selective with who you call. You're not desperate. You don't need them. And finally, what do the majority of humans care about more than anything, even money? Their reputation. If they worked that hard to build up a positive online presence and then you acknowledge that, they're at least going to want to hear what you have to say. Even if it's just because they don't want to take a chance of tarnishing their reputation. Okay, they're clearly decent to everyone else based off the reviews. So why shouldn't they be decent to you if you have something that will help them? Okay, number 2, commonalities. So let's go through an example of using a commonality in the introduction on a cold call. Commonalities, they can be anything from mentioning a mutual acquaintance with the person, or even something as minor as another business or restaurant in their area that you're familiar with. Okay, so let's run through another example. "Hey Bob, it's Ben Buckwalter. How are you today?" They respond, "I'm good." You say, Good. So I actually wanted to give you a call for a couple different reasons. The first is we're looking to expand into Aurora, and it looked like that you were at least close to that area. Am I right? Aren't you near Aurora? And then you wait for them to say yes. Now, you know the answer, but you're getting them to say yes. Okay, so once they say, "Yes, that's me. I'm near Aurora," you can say, "Okay, perfect. I thought so." So now, if you have any type of personal connection, you want to use that first. Okay, knowing a mutual person is more powerful than sharing a mutual experience. So if you know anyone from their area in Aurora, even another client, use that first. But if you don't know anyone in particular, you can even mention something simple as a place, anything to build association with them and to have more in common with them than a complete stranger. All right, here's an example. So I haven't been to Aurora in quite a while, Bob, but I love eating at that donut place off of Broadway. Are you close to there? Once again, whether they say, yes, I'm close to the donut shop, or no, you still instantly now have more in common with them than any other cold call they've received throughout the week. And you've made a human connection, all right? So you no longer seem like as much of a stranger. People do business with people they like and people who they know or that they have something in common with. Okay, these are such minor statements that set such a majorly different frame for the rest of the call. And now number 3 is using subtle humor. Okay, so what's an example of using subtle humor in the introduction on a cold call? And by the way, emphasis on subtle, all right? You're not a stand-up comedian, okay? So you want to be hyper aware when you're using this tactic. So here's an example. If I was doing B2B cold calling and I was using the subtle humor technique. Okay, the humor that works best in this type of situation on a cold call, it's jokes that are tailored towards their line of work. Okay, so let's just say for this example that your target audience was business owners who own a dog grooming service. Okay, I would call and say, hey Bob, it's Ben Buckwalter. How are you today? They would say, I'm good. How are you? Then I would say, I'm decent. I would be better if I could be around dogs all day instead of humans, but we aren't all as lucky as you, with a little laugh. And then you would go into the rest of your script. Okay, I recommend saving the subtle humor technique though until you are very experienced in your niche, because misusing it is one of the quickest ways to lose credibility. Use these 3 tips and you will make a lot of sales over the phone. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe and let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway was and if there's a topic that you want me to cover in my next video. I'll see you next time.